Welcome to this month's State of the Industry video for the Financial Advisors Academy. It's September 15th. We're in the middle of the 9th round. As you've always heard me talk about, every year is like a prize fight, 12 rounds. And here we are in the middle of the 9th. How have you been showing up? I'm going to be direct. I'm going to be to the point and maybe give you a message that you need to hear at this point in the year. Silence the self-talk, stop making excuses, and realize no matter how far behind or how great your year has been, that the best parts of 2023 can be, if you choose, to be right in front of you. How will we do that? With intentional focus. To the 4 P's of the standard. If you haven't had the opportunity to see the masterclass that we did on the 4 P's of the standard, you can email our team and we will send it to you at info@bennewman.net. Just email me and I'm going to send it to you. But we're going to give you a little shorter version today because it's a must that we connect to it. Yes, I've talked about the book, and I've talked about the book countless times because 18 years of research with some of the highest performers in the world, including financial advisors, went into the writing of this book. Don't forget, the one-on-one advisors that we work with on an annual basis do over $25 million of premium, bring over $1 billion of assets under management, and it's not even 10 total advisors. I never say those things to impress you, but it's to impress upon the point that I know in these final rounds, these championship rounds that you're about to begin after September, that's when you can win at the highest level if that's what you believe. And some people are making excuses and complaining and this and that, and this is holding me back. You have got to stop the self-talk and you have got to choose to attack, because your discipline with great focus is always going to cause you to win. On page 24 of the book, I introduce those 4 P's of the standard. It talks about the problem, the planning, the performance, and the payoff. So let's talk about this today, and then I want to give you an action step that I promise is going to change how you think about your business forever. It's going to change how you approach your days forever. And it's going to take you 2 minutes of this mental training exercise, and then you're going to have to do the work. But the connection to it is 2 minutes a day for you to drive a different level of focus, to never look back, and to attack differently for the rest of your life. So here we go. Every single one of you, you're either in the middle of a problem, you just made it through a problem, you're about to step into a problem, or you have been winning. Far too many coaches that do the work that I do, they want to act like we live in la-la land and slide down rainbows and there's no challenge and there's no adversity and all we do is win and just show up and everything will be great. That's not the truth. You have tremendous courage and you are in one of the hardest businesses in the world. When I was an advisor selling millions of dollars of insurance, part of a team that was managing over 10 years ago, over $250 million of money, which is now a couple of billion of money in that practice, even though I'm no longer involved in it. There's been massive growth from a lot of the foundation that I helped build. I know what you are going through. I know the problems that exist. I know how hard the business is. So to act like we live in Pollyanna world and we don't have problems is not the reality. I encourage you every day to get inside and say, okay, here's the issue that I'm dealing with, so then you can design the plan, the second P, of how you're going to attack it. And then the way you get out of the problem, once you identify and you plan how you get out of the problem, the performance piece, just take the action to move away from the problem. This is such a simple concept. And there's 18 years of research that backs how simple this concept can be, but you have to choose to apply it. And I've been having too many conversations with people who aren't adapting this the way that they should. And then I have the conversations with these high-level financial advisors, high-level athletes, Kansas State knocking on the door of being 10th in the country again. These players have adopted the standard and the 4 Ps as part of the DNA of their program. Why are you choosing to not have this be part of the DNA of your life? And if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. It's going to cause you to win. It's going to help you get through problems. It's going to help you win more after you win. And I just encourage you to keep using it. The performance piece, that's the piece that gets you through it. It's the work. And then you'll find there's going to be a payoff, that you're going to move yourself away from the problem. Doesn't mean that you'll be immune to problems, but then you'll win. And then the winning oftentimes becomes a problem. Because you face so much challenge and adversity in this business, oftentimes you pull away from wanting to be involved in the business. You may physically show up to the office, but you stop doing what causes you to win because of challenge and adversity. You don't want to face it anymore. I just had my best month ever. I was struggling. I was challenged. One of the advisors that I work with, multi-million-dollar producer. And about 7 months ago, we had a conversation. He's learned through our coaching work over years of working together to catch the mindset early. And he had caught himself in a mindset. He's about 2 weeks into it. And then we had one of our routine one-on-one calls. And he said, man, he goes, I feel like everything is against me and people are saying no and there's challenges in underwriting. I said, you have to stop putting your belief. He was creating a problem, your belief into the fact that these are difficult times and you can't make it. You have to believe once again that you can, even in this market during these times, even with the challenges that you're facing, you can pay for $100,000 a month in paid for business just on the insurance side alone. We identified the problem. We shifted the plan to the belief. We then reverse engineered and said, what do you need to do on a daily basis? Get back to your POCs, your points of contact. He started hammering them daily again with a different belief, embracing joint work opportunities to work with others. And then all of a sudden, what's the payoff been? He's on a string of 5 straight $100,000 months again and well on his way to producing well over $1 million of premium once again. The 4 Ps of the standard works. And what he now has to do that he's on that string again is to wake up every day and say, okay, the potential problem is that I can't be seduced by success. So how do I keep this momentum going? The problem is I've been winning. So the planning is I have to hammer those POCs. I have to be intentionally focused on my pipeline every single day. I have to believe that I can finish this year strong. And then he has to choose to attack it with the performance every day. And then when he gets the payoff, don't forget, the payoff, the results, is confirmation that the process is working. So if the process is working, why would you stop the process? So this is a simple message when you're 9.5 rounds in. If you're behind and you connect to this mindset with the 4 Ps of the standard on page 24 in the book, heck, print it out, laminate it, keep it in front of you, make it part of your daily environment. Watch what happens in your practice. Because if you're not utilizing these 4 Ps, I promise you, your discipline is not where it needs to be to drive continual peak performance, to perform at your highest possible level, and to finish this year strong. And especially if you're behind, to drive those final blows for you to be the one that delivers the knockout rather than the year knocking out you. You're better than that. And so, yes, sometimes these are tough messages to hear, but I felt that many people, I'm hearing too many excuses in the marketplace. You need to hear it. So lock in. Drive your intentional focus. Connect to the 4 Ps of the standard every single day. Don't be seduced by success. And remember what John F. Kennedy said about financial advisors and individuals in the insurance world. You understand the heartbeat of America better than anybody else. You get to hear people's stories, you get to hear people's dreams, and then you get to help them follow through and take the action necessary that they wouldn't without you. What an admirable cause and daily fight. It's why I get so fired up to have the continued opportunity for us to have this Financial Advisors Academy, to be part of the Whole Life Masterminds group, to be able to work one-on-one, to be able to work with leadership teams from some of the top and fastest growing financial organizations in the country, because I get to continue to have the impact. Because remember, there's stories of little boys and girls just like me. I needed my mother's $100,000 of term insurance to go to Michigan State University fully funded. There's somebody that's counting on you to pick up that phone, to be courageous, to drive intentional focus, to connect to these 4 Ps, and to drive your very best one day at a time. Stay locked in. Let our team know what more we can do to help you win. The championship rounds are right in front of you. Let's go attack.